This is the Global Economic Scrap Metal Commodities and Recycling Report by Bentley Roll-Off Trailers, Rollright Tarp Systems, and Tarp System Replacement Parts, October 28, 2019. U.S. steel production rose to 1.84 million tons, increasing to 79.6% capacity utilization as the GM strike ended, but manufacturing remains weak. Oil rose to $56.69 a barrel on news of progress in U.S.-China trade talks. The U.S. is now guarding Syrian oil and may ask Exxon to drill and take some of the Syrian oil for the United States. U.S. weekly oil production was steady at 12.6 million barrels a day, the record high. This is despite the oil rig count actually falling. Iron ore was steady at $85.50 a ton on continued global manufacturing slowing, but some strength in China. Scrap steel number one heavy melt remained at $182.67, a multi-year low on weak demand, but the price could be up in November despite continued steel plant shutdowns as flows into recycling yards remains weak. Hot rolled coil steel fell to $23.44 per hundred, a 3.5-year low on weak demand. The end of the GM strike and Nucor announcing price increases supports higher prices. Copper rose to $2.65, a multi-week high on U.S.-China trade optimism. Aluminum fell to 77.3 cents, remaining near the multi-year low. Great supply and low demand is pressuring prices down, and actually what we're now seeing is scrap aluminum is near 10-year lows. Caterpillar's financial performance is believed to be a global industrial indicator. Their third quarter earnings fell and they took down their forecast for 2019. Global economic uncertainty resulting from trade tensions and other factors were the reasons given. The Eurozone, an economy about as large as the U.S., had its October manufacturing index remain steady, but in a contraction mode. Output dropped for the 9th straight month as new orders, exports, and jobs all fell. The U.S. annual budget deficit ending September was dramatically up. Receipts were up a nice 8.9%, but spending was up a reckless 29.8%. The deficit ended at $984 billion, the highest since 2012, very different from the pre-election forecast of an annual $2.3 trillion surplus, not an almost $1 trillion deficit. Current data says the deficit will grow by 50% in 8 years versus the commitment to pay it off in the 8 years. Importantly, higher debt brings higher interest rates for all of us, higher taxes for all of us, and slower economic growth for our companies. The 2019 deficit is more than double 2015's. October's U.S. manufacturing index rose to 51.5 with the strongest expansion in factory activity since April. And that's as new output and new orders as well as employment all increased at a faster pace. New export orders and business confidence also rose. October's consumer sentiment rose to 95.5. Tariffs, impeachment, and the GM strike were concerns. Lower interest rates were a positive, bringing good, not great consumer spending. Wall Street's Dow Jones average rose to 26,958, near the record high on U.S. trade optimism. Bentley is a major distributor of parts for same-day shipment for all your roll-off trucks and your roll-off trailers, including every shiv, pin, cable, tarp, tarp systems, or tarp system parts you would ever need. And that includes a full stock of Rollright Tarp systems and parts. Call us for all your roll-off truck parts and your roll-off trailer parts. As always, feel free to call or email me with any questions, and we hope all have a safe and profitable week.